Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for our first installment of 2023, our final expense Monday morning motivator. Today is Monday, January 9th. This is our first working Monday of 2023. So happy New Year to you. So thank you very much again for taking time out of your day to join us for today's presentation. During our presentation, we get together the first working Monday of every month and we talk about all things final expense. Final expense is still one of the fastest growing segments of the life insurance industry. It's a great opportunity for you. It's very quick. It's easy money to be made. I don't want to say it's simple, or maybe it's simple, but it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But what makes it simple is that there's no exams, there's no medical records that need to be obtained, there's no blood work, anything like that. The underwriting is very liberal. And the other thing is that we have aging baby boomers that are aging into this opportunity each and every day. So as we start off today, I do want to give you some dates, or ask you to save some upcoming dates here for some additional training that's going to be taking place that we're presenting here at URL. The very first one that we're doing is a webinar. It is on Wednesday, January 18th at 10:30 Eastern Time. It's called Missed Opportunities. And this is how you can compliantly cross-sell to Medicare clients. It shouldn't be any surprise to a lot of us that Medicare and final expense, we're going after the same carrot. We're going after that same client, same age demographic. We're going to show you, if you have some Medicare clients, how you can compliantly go back and not only offer them final expense, but maybe they have family that's under age 65, how they can qualify for penny, long-term care, annuities, all of these different things that you can go back and unmiss those missed opportunities. Those opportunities not only to help your clients, but also to grow your revenue. The other opportunity that we have coming up here is going to be an in-person seminar here at URL, and that's taking place on Thursday, January 26th here in our Harrisburg office. It's an in-person seminar, and it's a lunch and learn with the senior vice presidents at Liberty Bankers Life. So they're going to be talking about the final expense portfolio, but they're also going to be talking about some of the senior supplement things like hospital indemnity plans and other opportunities to make more money. The other thing is that we're going to be having a lead vendor that's going to be giving a brief presentation on how they generate leads for you and how they not only generate leads for final expense, but Medicare and other things as well. So I hope you can make that. You can register on our website for both of these things. Again, Wednesday, January 18th is a webinar. It's called Missed Opportunities. And again, that's on a webinar, same platform that we're doing right now. And then the other thing that we'll be doing is a lunch and learn. It's an in-person thing. It's not a webinar. It's in person here in our conference center in our office in Harrisburg. And that's January 26th. We're going to get together around 10 o'clock, 10:30, kick things off, and then we're going to be providing lunch and refreshments there as well. So the whole purpose of our Monday Morning Motivator is to get together on the first working Monday of every month to talk about final expense. And really, it's a place for you to find community with other like-minded people in the final expense industry. So it's to provide you with a community and a culture. This is the time now where you start implementing some of your goals and putting down some of your goals and what you want to reach. If you're looking for someone to hold, accountability partners, I guess they call it, I can do that, or, somebody else that's affiliated with URL would be more than happy to help you with reaching and exceeding your final expense sales goals and expectations. We provide you with a systematic approach to booking more appointments and closing more sales. And it's also a place where you can find some coaching and mentorship. We do have a Facebook page as well, our URL Final Expense Community page. Again, this is where other agents in the final expense world can get together, share ideas, ask questions. You'll get questions answered not only by me, but other people affiliated with URL, and not necessarily just people that are working here in the office, but people who are actually working in the field just like you. We try to provide and promote and enhance marketplace vision on our Facebook page. Any changes that are coming up or anything like that, where it's just quicker to make that announcement on our Facebook page than it is to send out a mass email to everybody, because we get so many emails that it's very difficult to kind of sort which one's important and which one isn't. And really, it's also a place where we can get together and motivate each other to strive towards that next level of success. For some people, it may be just getting started in final expense. For others, it may be, you wrote $10,000 in AP this month. Now it's time to grow that and maybe go to 12,000 or 15,000. And we're there to help motivate each other. When you partner with URL, we provide you with a bunch of different materials and things like that. And it's materials based on how you want to sell. So if you want, we have sales scripts and guides, online quoting. We have a turnkey marketing program that's especially important for our Medicare partners, as well as our P&C agencies that have partnered with us as well. We provide different webinars and seminars and one-on-one trainings. We do have the consumer materials like brochures, memorial books, letters, and a whole mess of other things. We have various lead resources. We're going to get into that in a couple of slides here. And we do subsidize your leads based on your production. We'll get into that portion of it as well as we go through there. Some of the advantages of partnering with URL in final expense. URL has been around since 1986, and we do all things from final expense to Medicare to long-term care, annuities, traditional life, under age 65 health. The list goes on and on. But one of the things that you're dealing with is that what you're getting when you partner with URL, and not just in final expense and in other lines, is that you are getting valuable training by elite level producers and elite level people here who have been in the industry for a long time. I personally have been in the industry almost 23 years. When you partner with URL, you get contracts that are top contracts that are vested day one. That means that your commissions and everything follows you wherever you go. You've earned that money. Again, you're dealing with experienced sales and marketing support here internally. Final expense, we try to simplify things for you here to make it so it's simple for you, but it's also simple for the client. You qualify for various trips with all of the different carriers that we have, and we have about 20 different final expense carriers to pick from. Now, in the final expense world, your biggest hurdle is getting appointments, and that's some of the things that we try to help you do, is help navigate that lead world. And we have two different lead resources. There's other ones out there, but the two that I really kind of like, the first one is direct mail. These are exclusive leads. These are leads that are being sent out on your behalf, and they're coming back directly to you. You pick the areas that you want to target. Counties, you can omit certain zip codes. Usually it's done in a 1,000-piece mailer, and the cost is about $4.85, $4.95. I know postage is going up, but that's the cost for a 1,000-piece mailer. Now, you ask, what's the national average of return? And out of that 1,000 pieces, you'll probably get, on average, about 15 leads out of that 1,000-piece mailer. Sometimes more. It really depends on where you're targeting and knowing that the targeted area that you're going after. Some areas, you may be in a rural area, and it's just not going to yield a good return. In those cases, that's where we do digital leads. And we do have a digital lead provider that the leads are $15 a piece, and you can get 10 leads for $150. And again, these are exclusive leads. You pick the area that you want to target. Now, some of us may want to sell final expense over the phone, which is perfectly fine. And in those scenarios, you can cast a very wide net. You can pretty much hit all of the states that you want to target. You can encompass the entire state of Pennsylvania or wherever you are. with digital leads and direct mail for that matter too. The hurdle is getting people on the phone. When people are sending back leads, some of the reasons why people inquire about final expense. The first reason is they don't have any protection in place, and they know if they died today that they're going to be leaving a financial burden for their family. So that's one of the reasons why people are responding to either the digital leads or the direct mail leads. They don't have any protection in place, and they don't want to leave debt behind when they die. It's not a matter of if, it's when. The second reason that people will send back or reply to a digital lead or any kind of lead is that they have coverage, but they're not exactly sure what they have. They're not exactly sure that what they have is enough. Some people may have a term policy. Some people may have a policy through their employer that's going to go away when they retire or expire. So they're not exactly sure what they have, and they may not even know where that policy is. So to give them peace of mind, they're going to get this policy through you. That's one of the other reasons why they're sending back or responding to a lead inquiry. The other reason is they have some coverage, but they want to leave a little extra to either their grandkids, their church, or their favorite charity. So they have some coverage, but they want to leave a little extra to their church, grandkids, or charity. This is where you become the professional, where you listen, you learn, and you educate. When you're talking to somebody and you're responding to when you're reacting to the fact that they've inquired about final expense, you're going to want to ask questions about why they've inquired about final expense coverage and listen to their response. When you listen to their response, you're going to learn what their hot button issue is. By listening, you're also going to hear what it's going to take to close the sale. You're going to find out what it is that they're interested in, and then you will be able to educate the client on how you will be able to address their concerns and provide them with peace of mind. Again, going back to the previous slide, they don't have any protection in place, but they don't want to leave a financial burden. It's going to be one of those three most of the time. Maybe they have coverage, but they're not exactly sure what they have, or they want to leave a little extra for their kids, grandkids, church, or charity. So again, listen, learn, and educate. That's really the whole scope of the appointment. And the nice thing about doing final expense is that it's a one appointment close. You go in there, you set the appointment, whether it's over the phone or face-to-face. I will say that face-to-face, you see more success on that side of things. But when you do it, you'll find that you become the professional where you're listening to them, listening to their concerns, what their hot button issue is, or what their hot button issues are. There may be more than one. And then educate the client on how you can address their concerns. What makes us different? So if you turn the TV on about now, and most of the seniors are going to be watching their favorite reruns of Little House on the Prairie and old reruns of Family Feud or whatever the case may be. They're going to be watching some of those old Bonanza shows, and they're going to get this commercial. We've all seen it. I took the last week or so off between Christmas and New Year's. I was watching a little bit of TV during my R&R, and this commercial came on just about every time I turned the TV on. That $9.95 plan, where there's this guy from Colonial Penn talking about the $9.95 plan. What makes us different? Well, number one, we aren't Colonial Penn, and it's really our job to kind of protect the people from the TV ads, a lot of them. Number one, you are an independent agent, which means you have access through your relationship, your partnership with URL, to numerous companies. You are able to customize a plan that's going to meet the client's needs. It's going to meet their budget, and it's going to be more than just cramming life insurance down somebody's throat. So you have numerous companies, customizable plans The rates are never going to increase. You're going to lock in a rate. With most of our plans, the client is never going to get one of those gotcha letters that says, hey, after 5 years, you now owe us more. And then another 5 years, it goes up again. So the rates never increase. The benefits never go away. They never decrease as long as the premiums are paid. It is lifetime coverage. The other nice thing about the programs that we have with many of our final expense carriers now is that they come with living benefits. So not only does it pay a benefit when the client passes away, a death benefit, but it also provides a benefit should they have a critical illness, chronic illness, accidental death and dismemberment. So there are other bells and whistles that are built into the plan. And lastly, you're providing the person with personalized attention. You're able to stand out in the crowd among other companies and other things that they see advertised on the TV. And just because some of these things that they see advertised on TV with guaranteed acceptance, it's not necessarily, most clients don't need that guaranteed accepted policies, guaranteed issue policies. The TV commercial, and I'm picking on Colonial Penn, but there's other companies out there like AARP and Globe Life, and there are many others where the person that they're talking to, that phone number, they only have one company up their sleeve, one company and one program. That's it. Most of these guaranteed, actually all of these guaranteed accepted life insurance policies have a 2-year wait on the benefits. So the client is paying a rate, but if they were to die in the first 2 years, their beneficiary is not getting the full death benefit immediately. They're going to get back a return of the premiums paid plus a little bit of interest in most cases. Not all of the benefits are guaranteed. Some of the plans, you pay a premium, and the benefit may only be available to age 80 or 85. After you hit that threshold or go one day past that maximum age, they're done with you. And they've collected all this premium. The client is still kicking, and they have no coverage. So the benefits aren't always guaranteed, and the rates could increase. There are plans out there, AARP and a few others, where every 5 years, that rate increases every 5 years. So they start out really cheap at the beginning, but then by the time the client reaches age 70 or 75, they don't have they may as well have locked in the rate when they were younger with a level benefit whole life plan versus that we were providing versus some of these plans that the premiums increase every couple of years. There are no living benefits on a lot of these, so it's just paying upon death, and you hope that when they buy the policy, they hope that they have at least 2 years left in the gas tank. And they're speaking to an operator on the phone where they're really not asking too many questions to get to know the client. You're looking to get to know that client and build a relationship where the person on that phone, they're simply an order taker. They're speaking to an operator on the phone, and really they don't care if they get the sale one way or the other. The 4 steps to the presentation. When you get a person that agrees to either meet with you or talk to you on the phone, and they want to learn a little bit more about the final expense, that's considered showtime. So you're going to address the prospect's needs and concerns and tell them relatable stories. So you've listened, you've learned what's their hot button topics, and you're going to educate them. And you're going to educate them by telling them some stories, maybe something about the living benefits and how it has helped some of your clients when they've been in a nursing home, or maybe they were in a car accident and they accessed the critical illness or chronic illness to help with building ramps in their home, widening doorways, or whatever the case may be. The next thing you'll want to do is affirm the prospect's health to recommend the company. So you're going to ask them some medical questions to see what company is going to be best to offer them. You don't want to have too many companies in your portfolio that you're going to be offering the client because you don't want to confuse them. But you want to stick with a company or two that you have, ask them a few medical questions to then be able to make that recommendation. Now, here's where there's a little bit of a separation among agents, and I'm going to tell you which one I like. Some agents will show a client the rates for 3 amounts, maybe, and they're kind of sizing them up. They kind of look around their house or whatever, or they look to where they live, and they're kind of profiling a little bit, and they show them rates for maybe 5, 10, or 15, or 10, 15, and 20, whatever the case may be. That's one way that they'll present the rates. My recommendation is to show and present all of the rates, from the minimum death benefit to the maximum benefit of the companies of your choice. Show the minimum rates all the way to the maximum. And you're going to determine the rates based on the information that they provided you when you ask them the health questions, to determine what rate class, if it's going to be a level standard, level preferred, modified, whatever the case may be. My recommendation is under promise and over deliver. Get a premium commitment by showing them all of the rates. You'll be surprised. You may think this person's not going to be able to afford more than $50 or $60 a month, and they're the ones that are like, I'll pay $150 to $200 a month, because they really want the plan and they want the benefits. So show them all the rates. Let the prospect determine their budget. Complete the application with them. A lot of the final expense companies today will give you a point of sale underwriting decision, so you know before you go. So that's really the 4 steps. It's from the beginning to the end, maybe a half hour per person. If it's a husband and wife, 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Most of that time is doing a phone interview. There are some companies where you still take the application and submit it and wait a couple of days, but it's not this long, drawn-out process anymore. So what are some of the keys to success in 2023 in final expense? The very first one that I would recommend is to treat lead costs as a business expense and not as a luxury. You cannot imagine how many people that I talk to in the final expense world that when I'm like, hey, I have got some leads, we can get you some leads in your hands so you can kind of grow your business. And a lot of people are like, let me wait until I have some money. You have to invest in yourself. You have to spend money in order to make money. So what you'll want to do is treat leads as a business expense and not as a luxury. Be enthusiastic when you're talking to somebody about this. They're calling these 1-800 numbers and they're seeing these commercials, and they don't have you. They're not talking to you. Be enthusiastic. You'll also want to be a little bit of assumptive and assertive and guide the client along the pathway that you want them to take. So if you want to be able to give that presentation, be assumptive and basically reaffirm that they want the product that you are going to present. They just don't know it yet. Set yourself apart. Be a good storyteller. Make yourself available to your clients. The other thing is, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Nothing ever good happens being in your comfort zone. You don't grow in your comfort zone. It's basically you're stagnant. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Set goals. Make them real lofty goals. Even if you come close to it, in your mind, you may not have ever thought of it, but write the goals down. Having it in your mind, it's really not doing anything for you. When you write it down, maybe you have it on a dry erase board, or you have it somewhere in your office or wherever. Set those goals. And the other thing is, do not be afraid to ask for help. When you partner with URL, you're partnering with us, and we basically have this agreement that we're here to help you along every step along the way. We have as much skin in the game as you. And one of the things that we want to do is help you grow your business organically, as well as just having a systematic approach to doing it. Now, I had mentioned about treating lead costs as a business expense and not a luxury. When you partner with URL, we subsidize your lead costs. So for everything that you write, except for guaranteed issue, for all the final expense business that you write, we kick in an extra 5% of your annualized premium to go towards your lead orders. So your lead costs. So to help keep some of those lead costs down, our goal is to help you get in front of as many people as possible, because the more business you sell, the more money you make, and ultimately the more we grow here at URL as well. So those are the keys to success in 2023, and I hope that you take me up on the offers there. Ask for help. Be enthusiastic. We do these trainings. Again, I hope that you're going to be able to join us for our training on January 18th on missed opportunities, as well as the in-person meeting, the Lunch and Learn with Liberty Bankers Live. If you have any questions, you can type your questions. I'll get those questions answered for you. A lot of times people have questions after we've parted ways. Feel free to give me a call on my direct line, 717-216-8041. Again, it's 717-216-8041. So I appreciate everyone's time today. And if you do have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. There are no dumb questions. Only the dumb questions are the ones we didn't ask. Ask the questions, get the answers that you're looking for, and we look forward to working with you in 2023. Happy New Year again to you and your family, and hope everybody's staying safe and warm, and look forward to helping you here in the coming year. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon.